Oh, they did also report that they have a baby, y'all. Cameron and Lauren has a baby. I know. Hey friends, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. So by the title you would already know, today I'm bringing you another little kind of recap, touching base on the Love is Blind show that I have been absolutely loving. If you guys are unfamiliar about what I'm talking about, check the link in the description box below where I have done 2 to 3 videos touching base on this new Netflix dating show that have been giving me all the life. I mentioned before, I am not usually the biggest fan of like romantic shows, not romantic shows, but just like blind date shows, because they're always just kind of, some of them can be cheesy, but this one got me hooked. So if you guys missed part 1, part 2, and part 2, the link will be in the description box. But today's video is basically me talking about the reunion. So I finally got a chance to watch the Love is Blind reunion, and this is after everyone, you know, this is after couples decided whether or not they wanted to tie the knot or go their separate ways. I knew it'd be exciting because there's just a lot of unresolved things that had occurred during the season finale, and I was just excited waiting for like each couple to kind of disclose what happened. So if you aren't watching, 2 couples decided to get married, while 3 to 4 couples decided to part ways. Now we did end up having a couple that is back together now, as is revealed in the season finale, Giannina and Damian, who are back together. I'm surprised by that. Oh my goodness, I'm surprised in a sense, because the way they ended things abruptly, her saying yes and him saying no at the altar, and she took it, I think, the way any woman would take it. But then again, the way she acted was a totally different story. So them being back together, didn't see that, but you know, who knows? Stranger things have happened before. So overall, the reunion was really good. I don't know, I felt like it could have been longer, but at the same time, they just kind of condensed it really quickly. They touched base on Amber calling out Jessica. If you didn't watch, again, Amber is with Barnett, and they're a couple who actually got to the altar and married. Now Barnett also had his eyes kind of set on Jessica, but more so Jessica than Barnett, because at some point or another he said, "I'm with Amber," and he called it quits. However, Jessica didn't seem to quite understand that, and unfortunately her situation wasn't the same. Like, she was with Mark, but I don't think she was head over heels for Mark, so she kept kind of leading him on, and kind of still wanted to pursue Barnett, and actually did on several occasions right in front of Amber. So that left like a terrible taste in not only Amber's mouth, but the mouths of the viewers. We could see the game, and we could just wish we could like pull out Barnett and have him just see things from our view, because it was terrible to watch. Now Amber actually called her out. Amber, you know, I gotta give it to her. She was, the diva came out. The girl held nothing back. She just made things clear with Jessica that she didn't like the way she went about things, and that she should never have done that. And you know, she looked at her as a friend, and she just didn't expect to be stabbed in the back by a friend. You know, overall I can agree with her, because Jessica just kept crossing lines. Jessica was selfish. She didn't really think about anyone but herself. She was selfish with Mark, she was selfish with Barnett, she was selfish with Amber, and she was essentially kind of hurting all these 3 people. Maybe Barnett didn't quite see it, but in the end, like, his relationship was being put in jeopardy. It was kind of being sabotaged. And same thing with Mark. Mark was heavily invested in Jessica, and she just wouldn't give it the same level of investment as he was. So their relationship was in jeopardy, and then her friendship with Amber was just put at stake. And at this point, even though they reconciled and it provided Amber closure, I don't think I see them as being best friends anytime soon, especially with her knowing that this woman was after her man. So yeah, Jessica just needed to be more thoughtful in her approach. She was being completely selfish. Anyways, moving on, I'll definitely be touching base on Cameron and Lauren even now that they've tightened up, but I'll save that till the end. Let's go to Diamond and Carlton. Now, for some reason, when I was watching the season episode, I seem to have skipped over like that one little section where Diamond did go to talk to Carlton. I don't know how I missed it. So I still haven't seen it. I feel like I should kind of go back and maybe see what it's like, but in the end I know that they were no longer on the show. It's nice to see that they reconciled, but it was also nice to hear, like, I mean, I guess in the end Diamond didn't reject Carlton because of his sexuality, from what I heard. It's more the fact that he withheld that from her for so long, having her think one way, and then he just completely blindsided her. If you're unfamiliar about what I'm talking about, is that Carlton, this guy, he used to date primarily male in the past, and then now he's dating females because he feels that females provide like a more nurturing side that he doesn't get from the male. So now that he's over here, and he put this out there, and that must have been really, really hard to put out there. But the idea also behind it is that he feels like he keeps getting judged, and people just assume that he's like all over the place, back and forth with both type kind of thing, or can't really make up his mind, or feel like even if he chooses someone and he's with them, that he's probably gonna end up playing them with the opposite sex. Seems to be like a really good guy, really kind heart, really loving, but you know, with his history is really hard for him, because he wants to be genuine, he wants to be honest, he wants to move forward, but not everyone is going to be accepting of it. Not everyone's going to understand. Not everyone's going to know how to deal with that, and it can go either way. You know, you could either choose to be super accepting of someone that's been in that situation, and then next thing you know, it's like when they choose to go over here, you're not really surprised, but you gave him a chance. Or you can have a guy that's like Carlton, and he's like, no, this is my choice now, and this is what I'll be loyal to you. It doesn't mean I'm going to be over here. And he could genuinely just be that. It's really hard to judge, and the person who chooses to be with him has to be strong enough. They have to love him enough. They have to just be able to look past all those things, and that's what's making it hard for him to find true love. He seems like such a genuine heart. Like, I just feel so bad for him, because I feel like I really want him to find love, but I myself don't know how to deal with this kind of scenario. It's hard. I can't put myself in his shoe, nor can I give him, like, there's no solution for me. It's just I hope he finds what he's looking for. But yeah, that came out. So the news in the reunion, he actually got down on one knee now that him and Diamond are friends, because after the show they apparently weren't friends at all, but it took them some getting used to, and like they somehow got over things and started talking again in the group chat created by the show that helped kept them in contact, and eventually they started talking, and now they're friends again. So on the show he looked like he was about to propose, which he didn't, obviously, but he got down on one knee and kind of gave her ring back, the one that he threw in the pool and had to swim and fetch. So, you know, that was nice to see that they were able to reconcile. Unfortunately, for the idea behind this all for him, or the meaning behind this all for him, is that he wanted to see if they could progress and move forward, because he genuinely had strong feelings for her, but for her, she couldn't because of the drama that occurred. I don't know if I fully think it's just not his sexuality, because I feel like maybe some of that played a role in it, but who knows? I mean, you have to take her word for it. She said that's not the problem, so we just got to take what she says for it. But in between it, there was a lot of exchange where they called each other out of their names, and Diamond felt extremely insulted, and so she cannot get past that, even though they're friends. And that was an interesting update overall. I don't know, the update, Cameron and Lauren, they're on there, and they seem, it's nice to see that they're still together. The show's been filmed like a year and a half ago, so it's been like a whole year and a half since these two have been married. They seem good, but I don't know, something seems kind of off for me with Lauren. I'm not trying to pick, I'm just telling you my feeling. I just want to know if you guys feel this too. Let me know down below, because even though I don't know, I think like Lauren's character was portrayed as like, she maybe it's just the cameras, but she was shy and a little bit more quieter and a little more soft spoken. And now that she's, you know, everything's out there, she seems louder and just very outspoken. And I don't know, her character just comes across a little bit different to me. And then when I see her and Cameron, I'm not seeing like the spark or seeing like, oh my gosh, this chemistry. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm trying to see it. I know that they love each other. I know he loves her for sure, and I'm not saying that she doesn't love him, but I'm just saying I don't see the same spark there. I don't know if it's just me. I'm trying not to look too deep into it, but you know, from what I'm seeing, they're thriving, and I pray that they thrive. And I just hope that they continue to be strong. Oh, they did also report that they have a baby, y'all. Cameron and Lauren has a baby. I know y'all were like, oh my gosh, their babies are gonna be so cute. Well, surprise, this is a fur baby. It's not a real baby. It's been a year and a half, but they both decided to get a little puppy. I haven't even seen it yet. They should like take a picture with the puppy and have it on the front of some magazine or something so I could see it, because I've yet to see it. But yeah, that's like the big update. Like I said, Giannina and Damian are back together. I don't know. I will see how that works. She seems to have matured. She definitely seems to be on the she definitely seems to value Damian a lot more, and his reaction was very real at the end of the show. I'm glancing at the time. His reaction was very real. He didn't put anything, he didn't hold anything back. He was just being genuine. He's like, this is how I feel. Like, I love her. I love her. You don't realize how hard it was for me to say no to this girl at the altar, knowing that I would hurt her, knowing that I would hurt her family, knowing that it would destroy her and, you know, everyone, that all of these individuals, friends and families that are at this venue. But he, based on how she's reacted many a times, he knew what he had to do, and I respect him wholeheartedly for that, because I mean, who wants to get married and divorced? Like, it's not ideal. Oh my gosh, I can't believe, okay, so Kenny and Kelly were also back on there, and I'm so happy for Kenny, because he's found love since the show. I'm so over Kelly. Like, seriously, Kelly who? Why was she even on the show? At first I thought she was like a nice person, she's a sweetheart, but honestly, she can't even tell you why she let this guy go. She's just basing it off of some infatuation or some, I don't know, love story that she would envision. And she's already gone on to date since the show, and that went to kaput. Like, obviously her dating track record isn't very good, and then she meets a nice guy like Kenny. I get it, he's not everyone's cup of tea, I get it, but that's the reality of this whole called Love is Blind. People try to trash me too. I did a response on my other channel, on my channel, family vlog channel. It's called the Zebra Tribe Fam. I did a response on there, and some people tried to come for me because they didn't realize, because when I was talking about Lauren and the idea that she was like so heavily concerned about Cameron being Caucasian, I was just pointing it out because I'm like, this is Love is Blind, people. Like, Love is Blind is supposed to be this show where no one's supposed to worry about what everyone looks like. And obviously with Kelly, she did have a connection with Kenny as to why they both got engaged. And I get it that attraction plays a role, but I felt like them seeing each other just went psh, like, as soon as she saw him, the sparks weren't there. As soon as she wasn't ready to jump his bones, that didn't, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like there was a lot of not so blind love involved in people's decision making. That's the reality. So people went on the show to find love blindly, and I know that it can happen. I see that it can happen based on what I've seen, but at the same token, I feel like not everyone was really focusing on what the point of the show is called. It's called Love is Blind for a reason. You meet each other, fall in love in the pods, and hope that it can work. And I was hoping that the outside part would not be able to work because of the deep connection that they made, but clearly that's not the case. Like, some are gonna fail because of lack of attraction. Some are gonna fail because of just maturity, compatibility, and stuff like that. That now takes place further on inside the real world as they went out there to try to merge their lives a little bit. I'm about to wrap this up, but then there was one other major thing that I really liked that they touched base on. They actually, I don't even remember how they formed this question, but the question was based on like, who were you the most like intrigued by? And I found it interesting that Mark and even Kenny, they were all really intrigued by Lauren, and they were all talking about how beautiful she was. I think one other guy said it too, so they were all really like surprised by her. She was like the stunner to all of them, which I thought was like really interesting to see. I don't know if it was just based on visuals. I think it was based on them seeing her, but I also think they thought she was cool inside the pods too. So that's like, I don't know, I thought that was interesting. When they said that, I was like, oh wow, tea. They were, you know, it was almost like saying wow. I mean, I thought I had it good over here, but then whoa, yeah, I see that. Ooh. that's just me. That's what I was thinking. But guys, overall the reunion was great. I really hope they come out with another show sometime soon. Please. That was really, really good. Now I don't hope that they like rush it to the degree where it's not good, but I so look forward to season 2, because I feel like that is even better than The Bachelor. So I have been watching a little bit of The Bachelor. If you guys are interested in hearing me do a little recap, because I've only watched the last maybe 5-6 episodes. I started watching the beginning and then I skipped the middle, and now I'm kind of like at the end, I'm in the midst of the rose ceremony, about to watch the finale. So if you guys want to hear me do more recaps on some of my favorite shows, definitely leave a comment down below if you are about this kind of life, because I am just trying to make sure I find time for me, and I've been finding time for me, whether it be reading, editing my videos, filming for you guys, watching some shows, and just, you know, connecting. And I've been really enjoying that again, because I feel like sometimes the seasons of life are just so busy, you don't have time to do that. But that's gonna be for another video. I will touch base with you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the reunion. Let me know if there's other things that I missed over that I didn't even touch base on. Maybe there are people that I forgot that are kind of I don't want to say irrelevant, but they just didn't stick out to me in my mind. But oh, I think like I forgot to mention Mark, but Mark's good. He's always been himself. He's been straight since day one, and I just pray he finds love too. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and leave a comment down below and let me know what's up. Thanks guys, and much love. Bye y'all.